Om. 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 Saram, everyone. Just to recollect where we are studying the Sathya Sai Vahini, and Swami is giving us an overview of the Vedas. Last week we discussed all the four Vedas and so on. So we'll continue from where we left off. Saram, thank you.
Sister Vani, are you able to read today?
Yes, Sister Saira. Whatever may be the diversities in contents, the commentators agree that the essential teaching of all the four Vedas is the same. The sections dealing with rites, modes of worship, and the conclusions of inquiry help man to achieve the four goals of life: dharma, artha, wealth; kama, desires for things of sensory world; and moksha. Since it is very hard to master the Vedas, we have developed a vast Smriti literature to expound the Shruti texts, the Puranas, and the Idihasas. Far-sighted seers composed these out of historical and legendary incidents and events.
I think we read the Telugu last time, but I just had a question on one sentence. The second sentence where it says, E naluga karma jnana kandamulu. Does that mean these four are of two sections, karma and jnana?
I think yes. Auntie, you want to say anything?
No. I just wanted to.
Yeah, Kalyani. So it is, all these Vedas have in them two sections, Karma Kanda and Jnana Kanda.
And so I'm saying human beings can and must obtain the four purusharthas from these Vedas alone. Is that the next sentence?
I think what Swami says is they can be achieved only through this, and they should be achieved only through this. I think both the statements are there in Telugu.
Mm. So that means, when we resort to our own human effort to attain anything like artha or anything like that, Swami saying you should actually go only through the Vedas. So
Yeah, they should be sanctioned. I think earlier on Swami has mentioned that for every activity in our daily life, the Vedas provide us the pramana, or they provide, the guidance and the appropriate way to do them. So I think in the same vein, Swami is making this statements by video, and others can share your thoughts, please. Auntie, is it right, Auntie? I don't know if you want to add anything to that.
Kalyani's question.
So it's not like, for example, there's a Putra Kameshti Yajna that Dasharatha did, but that's not the only way that one should have children. But like anything sanctioned by the Vedas, like, so it doesn't mean that you have to do a yajna in order to get everything that you need in this world. Is that correct? Or
Dharmartha Kama Moksha. So to achieve the four goals of life, in Vedas, we find the right kind of worship, right kind of inquiry, and the right kind of rites which we can do. We all find it in that in the Vedas. Is it okay, Arun?
Yes, I think. Yes, Auntie.
Sairam,
So, yes, Brother Swedas, go ahead.
yeah, and also Bhagawan is saying the Smriti literature is derived from the Vedas, no? So the Smriti literatures will elaborately deal with this, what is Dharma, what is Artha, Kama, and Moksha. Not that the Vedas didn't mention it, but I am saying is that it is not the only Putrahamisri Yaga will provide children, no, for those who don't have children, but there are a lot of way of worship, karma, and earning money and moksha path, no. So we have to see everything as Vedas, no. So in certain context, that's what I want to say.
Yeah, I think Kalyani, I think the section you are talking about is Ponda Galadu, Ponda Valanu. Swami, I think those are the two words Swami has used. మానవుడు తన పురుషార్థములను ఈ వేదములందే పొందగలడు పొందవలరు.
వేదముల నుండే
Yes.
ఈ వేదముల నుండే పొందగలడు పొందవలెను.
So Swami is saying these purusharthas can be obtained from the Vedas and Vedas only, and they have to be obtained through Vedas.
Yeah.
Both have been stated by Swami. So the thing is, it is not just performing yajnas, even the conduct of regular life, whatever has been stipulated, that should be followed. Nishiddha karma and things like that.
Vidhi
Things
karma,
are
nishiddha
attained, nitya karma, what has to be done on a daily basis. So those have already been laid down. So Swami says you have to use that to attain the purusharthas.
Yeah.
Okay, if everyone is okay, shall we proceed to the next one?
And so Bhagavad Gita is considered a Smriti?
Yes, it will be considered as part of an itihasa actually.
Oh, okay.
Because Mahabharata is an itihasa, both Rama and Mahabharata, and so it's contained in the Mahabharata. So the text Bhagavad Gita is actually contained in an itihasa, which is Mahabharata. But it's considered the essence, it's the essence of the Upanishads.
Okay.
Puranas and Itihasas come under the caption of Smriti. Isn't it?
Yes, Auntie, yes. All the Shastras which are outside of the Vedas are called Smritis.
Smritis.
The valid ones which are recognized.
Okay. Karma and Jnana.
Yes, Sister Vani, please go ahead.
Karma and jnana are related as cause and effect, and so the karma sections of the Shruti and Smriti, which emphasized activity, led to the discovery of new facets of truth and rendered the ideas of a transcendent God clearer and nearer. So too, the discovery of clearer concepts of God through spiritual inquiry along the Jnana Marga path fed activity with better meaning and higher purpose. The benefit of karma was proportionate to the faith, and the faith in karma was in proportion to the awareness of God, one through jnana. For involving oneself in good activities, jnana is an essential prerequisite. That jnana has ultimately to be derived from the Vedas. It is based on the teachings of the Vedas.
Thank you, Sister. Auntie, shall we read the Telugu?
కర్మ జ్ఞాన కాండములు పరస్పరము కార్య కారణ భావముగా ఉన్నవి.
So the karma and the jnana sections are mutually present as a cause and the effect.
ఎందుచేతనగా కర్మానుగుణముగా ఫలము.
How it is so is according to due to karma the fruits are obtained.
జ్ఞానానుగుణముగా కర్మమును సంభవించుట ప్రకృతి సిద్ధము.
It is the intention of the creation, nature, that the activities are done with jnana.
అందుచేతనే మానవులు కర్మానుగుణముగా ఫలములు పొందగలరు.
Due to that, human beings will be able to obtain the fruits according to the type of activities.
సత్కర్మాచరణకు జ్ఞానము అనివార్యము.
For good deeds, jnana is the
unavoidable.
Is it aid, auntie? What should I say?
I said anivaryamu.
Yes.
Essential.
What would be a good Sairam Sasidesh?
Essential.
Essential, okay. Essential, thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, it's essential. Yeah.
Karmanu సత్కర్మాచరణకు జ్ఞానము అనివార్యము.
Yeah, for good activities, jnana is essential.
ఆ జ్ఞానము మనము వేదముల నుండే గ్రహించవలసి ఉండును.
That jnana has to be comprehended from the Vedas alone.
అనగా వేదములను ఆశ్రయించవలెను.
That means you have to take refuge or seek the help of the Vedas.
కర్మ అనునది ధర్మాచరణము.
Karma means practice of dharma.
Sairam.
Sairam, thank you very much, auntie. So Swami is, describing how the interrelationship between the Jnana Kanda and the Karma Kanda, that they mutually support each other for human beings to attain the Purusharthas. So knowledge is needed for performing action, the right action, and that through that we get the fruits. But that's what Swami has said. So I'll stop here if anyone would like to discuss or share your thoughts.
In the first sentence, when it says there karya karana, so which is the karya and which is the karana among karma and jnana?
Karana is the cause, karya is the effect.
And is it saying karma is one and jnana is one?
Yes.
Karma is the cause and the jnana is the effect. Because through jnana only we get, through karma only we get jnana. So cause is karma and the effect is jnana. What do you, that's what I feel, because
Okay, thank you. Yes, Sister Vani?
I thought it was the other way.
Yeah. This question is like chicken or the egg, which came first?
Yeah.
That's the story, but we will discuss. Yes, Sister Aruna?
Brother, we have learned before in this circle, the cause and effect we learn. The cause is the God kind of. So that means I'm thinking of how that is now related to here kind of, I'm thinking. Right? God is equivalent to cause, and maybe, but that cause is jnana kind of. But Swami is saying cause and effect, karma and jnana is correct, right? In the Telugu version?
Yeah. Karma and jnana kandamulo parasparam, mutually they are cause and effect. He is saying mutually, that means
Mutually.
So, I think we have discussed this sometime back also.
Jnana, I think, gives the way how karma should be performed, and how performance karma, by performing karma, the effects are results will definitely be produced, and that's how I understand.
So it's a different context, maybe thinking.
I don't think.
See the jnana, so I think we have discussed this.
Yeah.
For us to perform action, certain basic understanding of how
Yeah,
the
jnana
action should be performed is needed. But once we perform the right action in the right way, the result is also jnana, which is absolute jnana. Okay, so just like if you had to know how to do meditation, so you need to learn, you need to have some knowledge of how to do it. With that knowledge, when you do the meditation, then you will attain again a higher level of jnana, which is the final result. So the thing is, there's an interrelationship. You learn something, you practice it, and then you learn. You learn something and you practice it. So it is back and forth. You go use both of them, and that is the way for you to grow.
Okay.
And ultimately, when you go, you won't, neither you will have jnana nor will you have karma, because both would be one. So it is that's why Swami has used the word paraspara, that they are mutually helpful in performing. So that you cannot take meaningless actions without having proper knowledge of how that activity to be performed. But once activity is performed, then you get the benefit of that activity. Then once you get the benefit of that, maybe you can study a little more. And then you practice something, and then you go to the next level. So that is the process of going. Gradual climbing up in the ladder of jnana. So there are multiple levels. So but the Upanishads, Jnana Kanda contains the simple instructions as well as the highest truth. Like, so I think later on Swami is giving some examples. I don't want to, uh, uh, I want to wait for everyone to read that and discuss. If Upanishad give us simple instructions also. Let's say Satyam Vada.
Dharmam Charam.
That is a simple instruction. That is also knowledge. But then it will come and say, Aham Brahmasmi. That is also knowledge. Okay, both are provided in Upanishads. But to get to Aham Brahmasmi, first you have to start at the elemental instructions. So you can see one becomes the cause for other, then the other becomes again cause for something else. So effect becomes the cause and the cause becomes the effect, and it's back and forth. Chicken becomes the egg and the egg becomes the chicken and the chicken becomes egg. So it's like that. Jnana and karma help us climb the ladder of spiritual progress. That is why both are given in the Vedas. I hope that's my understanding. I will stop here. Yes, Sandy, please go ahead.
My doubt here is, why is it saying that the translation says it's led to the discovery of new facets of truth? Actually, it is Prakriti Siddham. Swami is saying, జ్ఞానానుగుణముగా కర్మము, కర్మానుగుణంగా ఫలము. ఇది ప్రకృతి సంభవించుట ప్రకృతి సిద్ధము. ఇట్స్ ఆల్రెడీ వెరీ క్లియర్ అండ్ ఇట్స్ నేచురల్. When it is said natural, but why this translation, new facets of truth?
Auntie, the thing is, what I am trying to say is the same thing it's being said there. For a person, a newcomer, everything is new. Okay, for example, you don't know about it before. So what you don't know, how to get to that point, that becomes new for you. For example, if somebody gives an instruction from here, you have to go to a distant city, then you will say, first you go to this city, and once you go there, find out some instructions, and then go to the next city. Then you find out some instruction, then go to the next city. But when you go to the place, that place, if you have gone for the first time, it's a new place. Though that place is old, for a person who is journeying, that becomes new. Each one becomes a new learning. I think that's what is being said, so I will stop. But it is not stated in Telugu. It's an explanatory translation in English. I hope that answers. Okay, Auntie?
Yeah. I think so.
Okay, thanks, Auntie.
But
Yes.
Satyam Vada Dharmam Chara must have been there. Everybody would understand that. But there's
Yes.
something new in it.
Aham Brahmasmi is new.
That may be new.
It's like that. But there are many levels of knowledge, jnana, which comes through into Upanishads. I think that's the way. So each time somebody discovers something new, even if you take the Upanishads, um, you know, I think Bhrigu, I think he sends son to do his research and come back. He goes and finds something new and comes back. Annam Brahma, and then he
Yeah.
so each time he's finding something new. Then he comes back. So see, he's given some instructions. He will go and follow that. He will discover something. He will come back. He say, I found something new. Then he is given some more instructions. He say, go back. So, he goes back in karma. Then he will learn something. Jnana attained. Then he comes back. Then the father says, no, no, you go and find some
You
more.
go find out.
So the thing ultimately that he doesn't come back.
Yeah. That
But
means he has realized.
this back and forth of action and knowledge, and each time somebody discovers something new. I think that's what I hope that answers your question. Sister Aruna.
Sairam, brother. I'm trying to relate this cause and effect again to the one we discussed before. For everything, the cause is God, kind of. So this karma
God is not
action,
cause for anything, sister.
yeah. So I'm trying to relate the karma to the cause, if that's the case, related as a cause and effect. The karma section of Smriti, is that the one we are seeing as a God is prompting to do, kind of? That's a cause with the karma that's the cause is equivalent to the, if he says cause is equivalent to God, kind of. Trying to, because that stuck on my thought, so I
So,
thought of
sister, so what I
understanding.
will go to Ramayana example, okay? Dasharatha wanted to have children, they couldn't have children. So at last they called sage Vasishta and asked him, what can we do? That was action on their part to invite and ask. Then sage Vasishta gives them some knowledge. He says you can do Putra Kameshti Yaga. For that, this is the right person. You need to approach. That is knowledge. Then Dasharatha says, okay, then he will act again. Again, karma. Vasishta's jnana made him act again. So when Vasishta said, that is jnana becomes the cause for the action of sage King Dasharatha inviting the king. Okay. Then when that person comes, then he will tell them what to do. Then he will perform the yajna. So there are multiple steps to end. Okay. So at one point, the karma becomes the cause, jnana becomes the effect. Then jnana becomes the cause, karma becomes the effect. Back and forth. One leads to the other.
Okay. The God prompt in either way side. Okay.
Everything is God, no, you say.
Yeah.
So, okay, God is the prompter as well as the receiver. He is the
Yeah.
bhokta and he is the food. He's the food, he's the eater, he's the enjoyer, everything. So let's not go to that high philosophy, it's at the lower level.
No,
That
because
becomes
the
nice.
second line says karma section of the Shruti and Smriti is talking about it, means it's whatever said by the Lord, right? That like that. I'm trying to understand that part. Thank you.
So,
This following sentence, is it saying the reason being, according to the action, the fruit, according to the knowledge, the action, and this occurs due to the laws of Prakriti?
the translation you're asking, Kalyani?
Yeah, the Endu Chetanaga, that sentence.
Okay, sorry. Is it
Only
Anduchetane Manavulu?
Endu Chetane Anaga,
Anduchetane. Because of that.
because of that.
Anducheta.
And then karma.
Oh, I see. Okay, I understand.
Anduchetane.
Auntie, no, she's talking about Endu Chetananaga, Karmanu Gunamaga Phalamu, Jnananum Gunamuga, karmamu sambhavinchuta
Oh.
prakriti siddhamu. So, Kalyani, I will repeat again the time. Maybe the last time. Endu chetananaga means why it is so is
Because.
you can say because jnananugunamuga karmam. Through jnana, karma becomes the end. Then through karma, jnana becomes the end. Jnananumugama karma becomes the end. Karma mugunama phalamu, which is jnana. The jnananumugama karmam. Again, karma you get.
Yeah.
So, which is what I was telling. Through karma, you get the fruit of jnana. Through jnana, you get the action. You get into activity again. So, this is the prakriti siddham. This happening is the creation's nature, or it's possible through nature. So, which is, one becomes the cause for another. Another becomes the cause. It's like, I think in today's discourse, for example, a frog is eaten by the snake, but the snake is eaten by a peacock. Is the snake something which eats, so it becomes the food? So it is like that, one feeds the other. At one point, one becomes the thing which consumes. At other point, it becomes the thing which is consumed. So Swami is saying jnana becomes karma, karma becomes jnana. And this left, right. And at last, the right leg only has to go in. I don't know whether you remember.
Yeah.
The left leg is karma, the right leg is jnana. For us to go somewhere, we need both the legs, both the feet. Okay, karma, jnana, karma, jnana, karma, jnana. And at the end, you step inside with jnana. I think we discussed this in, I don't know, it's Sathya Sai Vahini or something.
So that mutually they are cause and effect and cause.
They support, back and forth.
Okay.
It is like, is the left leg needed to take the right step? The right leg needed for the left step. It's like that. So that is the way I think Swami has described. I think with the right leg, left leg only we understand this. Swami has given that explanation on another Vahini. We have read that. So it is the same thing which is being described here. Okay, Saira. Yes, Sai Satish.
Paramana, I was just going to go to that same thing of what you mentioned with that frog, snake, peacock, hunter, and time. So it goes all the way to a level where the one who can swallow everything becomes the prima causal as an answer to Aruna's sister's question. Because the
Yes.
one who swallows everything becomes the primary cause, and that primary cause travels across the whole food chain, or however you want to take it. So just wanted to add that side up.
And he follows entire time also at that end. Sister Aruna, you okay? Now with the cause
Brother,
of...
thank you.
Yes,
Without cause also we cannot, without action also we cannot realize jnana. Without jnana we don't do the proper action, kind of. So
you asked the question, so we answered. Then you are... so it's...
now I'm thinking to myself too. Okay, great, thanks.
So when we've learned before how like the Aranyakas, or like when you're in the Vanaprastha stage, and then Upanishads is when you're in the Sannyasa stage, and the other ones are when you're in Grihastha stage. So it's not really that kind of a progression. Like the Karma and the Jnana Kanda should be studied together at the same time. Is that what's one
It's never too late to take up sannyasa. In Grihasthashram also you can be a sannyasi. Okay, because activities are always there, and even in Grihasthashrama we have to live like a sannyasi. It is a state of mind, but predominantly you will be engaged in a certain type of activity. But sannyasa is there in every stage also. Swami would say that's the head in the forest or hands in the type of thing. So even while being in the Grihastha we should be a sannyasi also. Okay, just Sister Vani.
Sairam, brother. So here it says that the faith benefit of karma was proportionate to the faith, and the faith in karma was in proportion to the awareness of God, one through jnana. So the essential ingredient for both the karma and jnana is the awareness of God, which is bhakti.
Yes, sister. Yes. But I think in the Telugu, I didn't come across that, but in English it is there, auntie. Can you find out? I think the statement is right, but I couldn't relate it to Telugu.
What Swami is trying to say here is, according to the karma, sat karma, you get good result. Bad karma will result in sin. So the karma, it is proportionate to the way how you do the karma. The benefit will also will be same. That's the proportion which Swami is trying to tell us. I think so.
Yeah, only in the Telugu, what is the sentence, auntie?
అది చదవలియే అందుచేతనే మానవులు కర్మానుగుణముగా ఫలమును పొందగలరు.
I think, oh, that is what is being translated. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Yes, sister. So it's, I think, okay. Karma anugunama. When according to the quality of karma, you get the result.
You get the result.
So, okay. So I think it has been elaborated. The quality is devotion is, I think.
Yeah.
Gunam is, I think, is mentioned as devotion, I think. Faith in God.
So what is that anugunamuga? You said?
According to the quality.
Oh.
Quality of the karma.
So I think in the translation, the jnana is being translated as awareness of God. Okay,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
So jnana means to the degree of faith in God, awareness of God, to that extent, your result will be as a action. Something like that. Yes, Brother Thasan.
Yes, Sai Ram, brother. So based on your all the explanations, that mean Swami says hands on society, head in the forest. That means we do all the work, we think we are doing the good work, but without the jnana, it may lead us to the wrong path. The ego, when you do something good, and if we don't have the jnana, then you get the ego. So that means jnana is very important to before doing any good work or something like that. That is
Yes.
my understanding too, brother.
Thank you very much, brother. I think this is what Sister Vani also said.
Sai Ram.
Yes, auntie.
సత్కర్మాచరణకు జ్ఞానం అనివార్యము.
Jnana is essential.
Yeah, that's essential. To do good karma, jnana is very essential. We should know. Without jnana, good karma cannot come out. Sai Ram.
Yes, Sai Satish.
Saramanna. So Swami would say this Sarva Karma Bhagavat Prityartham. So I think doing it with that feeling of offering to the Lord for every action becomes the prerequisite. I think to have that jnanam and to do that karma with that jnanam, end result, like what you were saying in terms of being established in that jnanam itself. So I think it's a continuum of, so just wanted to add.
Yes. Thank you. Yes, Sister.
Brother Sai Ram, see the one thing I really wanted to understand more on that, how this the new facet of truth and rendered the new idea of transcended God clear and near. Is that we are getting the karma and jnana karma that will give us idea more towards the God kind of? Is that the meaning of that? When we perform karma, then we learn jnana. Through the karma, we experiential knowledge come as a jnana, right? And the karma also we have to do with the prescribed in the smriti. So through that, we understand more. That's the more and more closer and go closer to the Lord kind of. That's the transcendent one.
Yes, sister, yes. Which is where, I gave the left, right analogy from another study circle. I think another Vahini study circle we had done. I think Gita Vahiri maybe.
Yeah.
So the thing is, what Swami says there is, do an action. That is one step left. Then the next, that will take us to the next right, which is jhana. That becomes one little more clearer, little more closer. From that, you take another left step and then another right step. So that is the way you progress closer and closer, nearer and nearer. And as you go nearer, things will become more and more clear.
Oh,
Okay, so we have to side by, one karma jnana, left, right.
Clear and clear mean that we are understanding, we are Atma kind of, right? That's the meaning. Thank you, Sarah.
Sairam, auntie.
Sairam, here transcendental God is Brahman, eternal Brahman, absolute Brahman. It will by performing karma according to the jnana, we are slowly progressing towards the realization of that absolute Brahman, and it becomes clearer and nearer to us because of the performance of karma, understanding with the jnana. A transcendent God here, it means Brahman, eternal Brahman. And at the end, I think we are able to realize that Supreme Atman. Saira.
Thank you very much. That's why we come to the study circle and then we have 1 week to practice. Then we come to the next study circle. And hopefully we are learning a little more. Things are becoming clearer and hopefully we are getting nearer also.
Are we nearing absolute?
I don't know. We are just belief, auntie. Faith.
Faith.
Hope and faith. Okay. Sometimes we may slip. We may take 2-3 steps and then we may slip a little. It's okay. Yes, Brother Sivadas.
Yeah, that usually, generally, you can see people are very quick to quit the work. See, you understand. They're very quick to quit the work because they think the work will not help to achieve the final jnana. No? So that is what Baba is emphasizing right from the beginning. No? But since he was born, he says he is an example, role model, working, and concentrating on the people intended and work. So people usually go to temples, and they started to meditate. And but Baba was saying right from the beginning in every book and everywhere is purity of purity of heart. The purity of heart can be achieved only through karma. So even eating, breathing, drinking, and sitting and walking, everything is karma. So without karma, we cannot get to the jnana. So here, as you said, left, right, totally we agree. Left, right. Because what is finally obtained is jnana or the ultimate mukti. It is also through meditation. Meditation also karma. No? So meditation also karma. So everything is based on karma. So Baba says in the Vidya Vahini, the Vidya is Brahma Vidya. There's only one is existing, and so that Brahma Vidya should make you work. No, that's what you are saying. No, Jnana should help us to work, and it is because to get to the final state of freedom. So that's what Karma Kanda is the basis for the Jnana. That fact cannot be underestimated. So the basic, we have to work. So to get to the final merger, we should not go too quickly to abandon the karma. That's what I want to say. I think you will understand what I am saying.
Yes, thank you very much, brother. Thank you. We cannot emphasize more. Yeah, I mean, it's very nicely put. And that's what Swami is also trying to tell us. Both are equally important and they help you get to the final destination. Very nice. Yes, Brother Dasan.
So, Sairam, brother. So here in the middle sentence, mm, the awareness of God won through jnana. Karma was the proportion to awareness of God won through jnana. So karma can be won through jnana, but we have to know jnana, yeah. Then only we can get the good karma. So if we don't have the jnana, suppose if I'm helping to somebody, I have to think I'm helping to another atma. We should not think that I'm helping to the particular person. So that kind of awareness, if we have that only, we can get the good karma. Thank you, Brother Saira.
But brother, is there another Atma?
No, we have to think everyone is Atma. You Atma, I am Atma, even animals or any living being.
Yes.
When we have that thinking, then result is going to be good. Thank you,
Thank
brother.
you. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Yes, Sister Jyoti.
I just want to, I just got this thought, like, is it Swami exemplified this to us by literally writing these Vahinis, like the karmic as an avatar? He did this karma of writing, because he himself personally gave these each articles for Sanatan Sarthi, which has become the Vahinis, right? So did
Yes.
he do this karma so that we gain the jnana, and then that jnana becomes our karmic activities and we reach to that jnana? It is just a cycle. Is it that what Swami exemplified by doing that?
Yes, sister, very nicely put. So he's the cause. Is the first activity starting with him, and
Yeah.
hopefully the final result also will be him. Thank you very
Hopefully
much.
we achieve that at some stage of
Yes,
birth.
sister. Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. I think Sister Aruna will be very happy about it now. A very good example and very nice explanation.
Yes, thank you.
So if everyone is okay, maybe we'll go to the next slide. Sanjay, you didn't say anything when we are moving. Sanjay has raised his hand. Okay, Sanjay, please.
No,
Go.
I had a couple, but I think
Yes,
Brother
I
Shivasan.
knew. It
No,
was
no, Brother
to
Shivasan did explain it. Did mention it. I think
okay.
Swami does mention about normally we talk of karma as an action, but I think bhakti also is a karma, and vichara also is a karma. Inquiry also, the quality of the inquiry leads to the quality of the jnana, and vice versa. That's the only comment I had, but otherwise, I think the English translation here is extremely. It doesn't flow very well logically. The karmanu guna and the
Yes.
jnana muguna, right? That the Telugu portion is extremely beautiful, and the English translation does not capture it. So that's the only thing. But otherwise, yeah, very nice discussion. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, Sanjay. Thank you.
కర్మానుగుణముగా ఫలము, జ్ఞానానుగుణముగా కర్మము సంభవించుట ప్రకృతి సిద్ధము. That's how Swami has written. Some people,
Yes.
Sorry.
Go ahead, Auntie.
Some people pay more attention to the karma only, and they say, oh, we are following karma marga, we'll reach that stage. And some people say, no, dana is the most important. And Swami here is insisting that both are very important, just like left leg, right leg, as you say. So with jnana, you perform any action, any kind of action, just like Sanjay mentioned. So that will take us to the Supreme Brahman. Sai.
Thank you very much.
One thing I just thought of, it's a saying, karma we have to do according to the Smriti and Shruti, right? So that also, every action is karma. We are doing something, but if we are really doing, then we have to follow the Smriti. Like that. I thought of just not all the action give you jnana, because we have to be careful what kind of karma we are doing, right? We have to be conscious about that, right? Thank you. Siren.
Siren, sister. Siren. Yes, Sanjay, I thought you raised your hand.
No, I was wondering if you could speak a little bit more about that left-right that you talked about, or maybe share that section, or if you could speak a little bit more about that. Because does karma get left behind at that point when the right foot finally enters, or does it mean that there is no one acting, but it's being acted through by God? Is that the understanding?
So I think the discussion was about, I don't know which exact location. I mean, we'll find, maybe next week we'll share. So what Swami says is karma is the left. Okay, all the worldly related external activities. Jnana is the right foot. And Swami says both are equally needed for us to walk to the destination, to reach the destination. And when we reach the destination, it is only the jnana which enters the portals of divinity. Okay, so I think we had lots of discussion why karma, left leg was kept. So what do we do with our left feet and things like that? The reality is when we enter, both the feet becomes right. It's only jnana which enters, because at that point in time there are no duality. There's no duality. To get to the point of non-duality, the duality helps as long as it is pushing us towards the final destination. But at the final destination, we have to only enter it with sense of non-duality, which is pure jnana, no differentiation, no distance to travel. The world is, everything is seen as Atman. I think that's the understanding. That's in a nutshell I put. We had long discussions on this left and right, and there was. So I hope I'll try to find and share next time.
Thank you.
Kalyani, got it?
Chapter 21 in Gita Vahini.
Okay.
And,
are you able to just project it, Kalyani, if it's
okay, yes, Uncle, I'll get it.
Yeah, because I would like everyone to, it's a revision, we have already studied, but I think we have to have some exams after each Vahini study cycle so that, we don't forget. Some, so much, such a treasure Swami has given, and we should take it a bit more seriously, is my view. Yeah, let's just, thanks, Kalyani, because I remember discussing for a while. Okay, we'll just read. Somebody
You
can
want to
read.
tell it?
Yeah. Here it's Saguna Nirguna is mentioned, but anyway, but it's similar because the body one is with external form, duality, the other one is non-duality. Somebody can read, I don't know. Is Sister Vani going to read?
Chapter 21.
Sure.
Silence.
Saguna and Nirguna are like the feet of God. For anything, this is important. This is the basis. We cannot say one is better or the other is better. However, we have to tell about left and right. Saguna is left, Nirguna is right. We can say in that manner, as we use the right food for any auspicious occasion for getting moksha, you should use the food of nirguna. That is auspicious. Sadhana of the nirguna alone gives moksha. After that, saguna enters. Both have entry into moksha. There is no evidence to tell it is not possible. How long can anyone have one foot inside and the other foot outside? Even even if that was possible, of what avail is it?
Mm.
Therefore, Saguna Bhakti has to be adopted as sadhana, and Nirguna Bhakti is the goal to be reached. That is to say, Nirguna Bhakta, the entire world is seen as Vishveshvara, form of the Lord. The Saguna Bhakta will see the world as different from the Lord. The implication for both is the same.
Thank you, sister. Is some more there, Kalyani, or anything? I think this is becoming Gita Vahini study circle, actually.
At some points, something is seen as the thread, and as other points, it will be seen as the cloth. The cloth is the thread, and the thread is the cloth. To see thread as different from cloth is saguna. The nirguna person will see both the thread and the cloth as one. Bhakti does not come and fall from somewhere. No one gives it to you. It did not come from the earth. It is the attachment to the Lord which comes from within. The love which is within one person, which will well up without flowing into the other directions. Flowing into the Lord alone is called bhakti. Love is present in every living being. There is no living being without love. Even animals, birds, insects, and worms all have love, which is commensurate with their form. What else? Life is love, and love is life.
I think we should stop here.
Okay, I think that's good. Thank you. Thank you, Kalyani. So I hope, so it's a similar concept because karma marga is more duality based. Jnana takes us towards non-duality, realizing Atman and seeing Atman everywhere. So I think that's it's a same concept, different words, I would say. So that's Saira. I hope Sanjay, yes.
No, thank you. That was very useful. Thank you. I have a question. See, sometimes some actions are performed on the basis of love. May not directly be justified by. I say directly. I say that may not be explicitly justified by jnana. Sometimes um, even bhakti can be based on pure love. But from this, while reading this section, um, does it, in some way, is even in quote unquote love without any basis of jnana, is there an underlying jnana in that love that drives that action? Is the question.
Very good question.
Like for example,
Yes.
Meera's bhakti for Lord Krishna. It's just pure love. But is there an invisible jnana in there, in that love, in that action that comes out of love?
Thank you very much, Sanjay. So if I understand the question, but here we are saying jnana is the cause for good action, and good action is the cause results in jnana again. And jnana is from Shruti and Smriti, the Shastras. Then where does the love fall into? Bhakti falls into is the question, and I think Sanjay is asking. In bhakti, is there jnana built into it? Can we say it's like the story of Meera? In Meera's bhakti was jnana embedded, or can it be considered jnana? I think something. I hope Sanjay understood your question. Okay.
No, that's perfect. Thank you. Yes.
Okay, thank you. So anyone would like to comment on this? So we talked about jnana and karma. Where is bhakti? It has become an orphan. Sairam, yes, Brother Sivadas.
The bhakti of Meera, for example, is due to the understanding of the impermanence of this world. And when we understand that nobody in this world is going to help me, so the only refuge is God. No? So we have to understand that the only refuge is God. No brother, no father or sister will not going to come and help me out when the death is nearing. No? So when we totally realize that the only refuge is God, then the bhakti starts. Then the bhakti starts. So the understanding of that is a vairagya. Okay, the vairagya of Meera is the cause for the bhakti. So the vairagya comes after jnana. That's a step brother one day explained. Bhakti and jnana and vairagya. Even everywhere Baba says vairagya is the last stage. So the vairagya is there. So because we don't have that vairagya, we don't have that devotion as Meera or other bhakti jnanis had. So even gopikas had that love. So they were full of jnana. So jnana must be there. The oneness must be there. And so that's what I feel. Okay. Sorry. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you very much, brother. Thank you. Yes, Sister Vani.
Sairam, so I think, bhakti is the fuel to get karma going into jnana. So, when we talked about the second hand and the minute hand and then the hour hand, so we need the bhakti, the feeling, to get us going from karma to jnana.
Thank you very much, sister. So you're saying the bhakti is the fuel?
Yes.
Which makes you act and makes you see God.
It reinforces and binds.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, sister. Yes, Sai Satish.
Ramana, the practical demonstration of jnana is bhakti. So I think we discussed this the other day also when Uddhava comes bringing Krishna's message to the Gopikas. He goes back with the feeling of what true jnana is because of the bhakti that was shown by the Gopikas, where they literally showed what is being in Krishna consciousness. And essentially, if we see what makes every like we are telling the Indriyanu Arigatti Manasu Nilpi Antarmukhamu Chesi, all of that, what bhakti does is essentially that anything that is externally focusing, it points, all the Indras are made into the Rudra, and then the Rudra is essenced as Shivam. So bhakti essentially practically demonstrates every aspect of what jnana is to the world, and that is where we see every life of every great devotee, whether it is Radha, Gopikas, everything. We understand what's the true purpose of and realization of that oneness with divinity through the bhakti that they have exhibited. So it's a practical aspect of what jnana is. Sairam.
Thank you very much, Sai Satish. Anyone else would like to? Yes, Sister Jyoti, please go.
Yeah, could it be that like the Shabri or Gopikas and all, who in that particular birth we don't see them going into the Jnana Marga, but the seed of Jnana was there from the previous days. That is why when they are born in this birth, the devotion or their love is beyond, and it could have that type of a link that Jnana seed was already there. That is why they are born with that type of love for God, which like Shabri, right? No knowledge from those perspective or in that birth gaining knowledge. But how could that love be that inexplicit that she waited for Rama to come? So is that jnana seed already laid in the previous this, which leads them to that, like whether gopikas or this type of devotees?
Thank you very much, sister. Very, very nice point you have made.
But please explain. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
yeah. So it's okay. So the thing is, generally we confuse jnana to scholarship. We can recollect, we can quote, we can verbatim. That's what we sometimes confuse it to be jnana. But Swami would say jnana is the ripened fruit. That's as you have nicely put. The thing is, in the Bhagavad Gita and in the Gita when we studied, there are 4 types of devotees. Arthi, Artharthi, Jijnasu, and Jnani.
Yeah.
Jnani is the ultimate devotee. And Krishna says, Jnani is the devotee who is dearest to me. So the jnana which Shabari and all of them had is actually the ripened essence of jnana itself. They may not have had scholarship, but as you nicely said, they have studied and dwelt and contemplated, and they came with their essence when they were born as Shabari or the Gopikas. So they just evince that matured jnana in the form of, as Sathya also mentioned, full expression of the jnana is bhakti. And also we should understand bhakti is called bhaja sevaya. Bhakti itself is seva. You serve the Lord, I think. So all that is, and I hope that answers your question, sister.
Yeah. Thank you.
Well, I don't know, anyone else would like to comment, please? Auntie, please go ahead.
The underlying current in the bhakti is first one is vairagya. Second, I feel it is the no other refuge for me. In the case of Meera or Shabari, or for Andal or Kabir, Nanak, all of them, they had the strong faith that there is no refuge except that Lord. That was the thing which bhakti also brings about. Saira.
Thank you very much. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Okay, Sairam. See, when there is a bhakti, the karma or jnana we are doing to get to the bhakti only. So, bhakti, love for God is there. That is automatically, the karma is already there. That through the karma and jnana also, we wanted to go to the bhakti only. If we have the bhakti, then we shouldn't think we have to serve the world kind of, because God created the world, He is looking after everybody. Sometimes that's the ego part comes. I am doing karma kind of. And also, as you mentioned, is knowledge. That's not what at the end we look for. We have to go to that level of the devotion. That's what where Meera has reached that bhakti. That's my understanding. Thank you, Saira.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. So, just to add to some of this, I think we, even in Sathya Sai Vahini, I think we studied, Swami is talking about 3 types of surrenders. Tvamevaham, Mamaivatvam, Tvamevaham. Swami says 3 types of surrender also. One is the first where we say, the Lord, we belong to you. Then we say, the Lord, you belong to us. At the final stage, which Swami calls it surrender, devotion, ultimate devotion is I and you are one. Swami says that's a real bhakti, where there is no vibhakti. So vibhakti means separation. Bhakti, it means oneness. So I will say, stop. Thank you. We can go to the next slide if everyone is okay.
Karma is, really speaking, the practice of dharma. The Upanishads gives us guidance on what has to be done and what has to be avoided in the spiritual journey. They direct us to revere the mother as God, revere the father as God, revere the preceptor as God, revere the guest as God, and also warn us that truth shall not be neglected, dharma shall not be neglected. So there are both positive and negative instructions. Follow these counsels, not others. Whatever conduces to your progress in goodness, accept, avoid other counsels. Thus do the Upanishads instruct. In those centuries, the king himself studied in hermitages at the feet of the Upanishadic sages and helped others to study by granting economic aid profusely to the centers of learning, which shone as repositories of Vedic lore. As the king, so the subjects. Fostering the Vedas meant fostering the Vedic scholars and practitioners, the Vedavids. At the present time, encouragement is afforded and scholarship is honored in other branches of learning. The Vedic scholars are not given similar encouragement and emoluments, but this is an important aspect that has to be attended to.
Thank you, sister. Auntie, shall we?
సాయిరామ్ సాయిరామ్. కర్మ అనునది ధర్మాచరణము.
Karma means practice of dharma.
ఏవి చేయవలను ఏవి చేయరాదు అని తెలుసుకొని తదనుగుణముగా ప్రవర్తించుట.
That means behaving, knowing what needs to be done and what should not be done.
తదనుగుణముగా ప్రవర్తించుట. సో
according to that, to practice it.
ఇవియే మన ఉపనిషత్తుల యొక్క సారము.
This is the essence of the Upanishads.
సత్యం వద ధర్మం చర.
Speak the truth, follow dharma.
మాతృదేవో భవ పితృదేవో భవ.
May mother be God, may father be God.
ఆచార్య దేవో భవ అతిథి దేవో భవ.
May the teacher be God, may the guest be God.
సత్వాన్న ప్రమదితవ్యం.
Speak the truth.
అల్ల
Oh
సత్వాన్న.
no, don't speak anything which is not truth.
అల్ల సత్వాన్న ప్రమదితవ్యం. డోంట్ నెగ్లెక్ట్.
Oh, so don't neglect. Thank you.
ధర్మాన్న ప్రమదితవ్యం.
Don't neglect dharma.
ధర్మ. ఇది విధులు.
These are rules.
ఇక నిషేధములు.
Then there are rules to avoid.
తాని సేవితవ్యాని. ரொம்ப difficult. It is difficult.
You know, you have to follow this. No itarani means not others.
Not others.
Yes. No
Ya
itarani.
asmakam sucharitani.
I think I will skip.
I will read out.
Yeah, you can if you have auntie.
Yeah. Now we do.
Kalyani, can you? I don't know the attempt here.
Yeah, if Kalyani wants to say.
Yeah, so from the AI, it's saying,
yes.
Sevitavyani are to be followed, no itarani, not others. The next one says, whichever are our good conducts, those should be practiced by you, not others.
Yeah, you must follow only those virtuous actions which are irreproachable and not.
Tani tvaya upasyani. That means by you these should be practiced.
Na itarani, not others.
Yes.
Yeah. Shall we go further or shall we stop?
Yes.
Here? Lots of things to be.
I know there's a lot
here. Anyway, I will read out and then you can.
Yes, auntie.
Yatha raja tatha praja annatlu.
As the king, so are the subjects.
Raju tanu అధ్యేతై ఇతరులను అధ్యయనము కొరకు.
Adhyatei means the king should become a learner and he also should help others learn.
అధ్యయనము కొరకు అవసరముకు ఆర్థిక సహాయములు చేసి
they should provide financial support for others to study.
గురుకులమును వేద నికేతనముగా వెలసి
that gurukulas should become centers where Veda is taught.
వేదములను రక్షించుట అనిన
To protect the Vedas means
వేద విధులను రక్షించుటే.
That means protecting those who know the Vedas.
నేటి నవ్య సమాజములో ఇతర విద్యావేత్తలకు వలె
in today's world, for the other subjects, other fields of knowledge,
వేద విధులకు కూడా ఉద్యోగ అవకాశమును కల్పించుట ఒక ప్రధానాంశము.
So for people who are experts in the Vedas also should be supported in the similar manner. And this is an important activity.
ఉద్యోగ అవకాశములు, they should be given
they should be given job opportunities in the same way as other fields of knowledge.
కానీ అది జరుగుట లేదు.
But that does not happen.
ధర్మో రక్షతి రక్షితః.
Dharma protects those who protect it.
ధర్మమును
We haven't come to that.
Oh, I think we went back, Auntie. Thank you, Auntie.
Oh, did we go further?
I think no, this is just the last. Dharma Rakshati is, I think, not read yet.
I think so. Sorry.
Sairam, everyone. So we'll open it up for discussion. It's pretty, Swami is very nicely explaining in simple terms. So I will stop here. He's clarifying some of the statements of what to do, what not to do. Both are declared in the Upanishads. So I'll stop here. Sairam.
Sairam.
Yes, Auntie, please go ahead.
In Taittiriya Upanishad, there is Shikshavalli, Bhruguvalli, Brahmanandavalli. So these three sections are given in that Taittiriya Upanishad, especially the first one, Shikshavalli.
Yes.
These advice are given by the teacher to the disciples, to Shishyas. So the first paragraph which we read, all these are it's just like convocation address, or when they get graduate, we all know that what convocation address means. So at that time, the guru is giving instructions when they are going into the world, what they should do, what they should not do. So vidhi, nisheda. Vidhi is the things which they have to follow. Nisheda is which should be avoided. So this is the first paragraph, the introduction, the background. Just I tried to give them. Okay, Sairam. Please go ahead. That's it. I just wanted to. No, you are muted.
Oh, sorry, thank you very much, Auntie. Thank you. Mukam karoti vachala, like that, so.
Pangum langete guru.
So I will open it up for others. Yes, Sister Vani, please go ahead.
So today at the Center Study Circle, we studied truth is putting words into practice. Putting truth into practice is right conduct. And then now here we are studying putting...
Same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Yes, Sister. Swami is taking every opportunity to tell us the same. Yes. Anyone else would like to comment? Yes, Sairam Sanjay.
Sairam, I know this here in the English, the second sentence, what has to be avoided in the spiritual journey, that is extra, is it? It's
Yes.
not there in the...
No.
Okay.
But I think the entire journey is spiritual journey only, so I think it's okay. But yeah, Swami, it's not, there's nothing specific in Telugu saying spiritual journey. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Sairam, brother, what does it say there? There are positive and negative instructions?
To do and not to do. To do is positive. Not to do means what should not be done.
Okay.
Negative means don't do it.
So
Positive
Upanishads,
means do it.
so this is the Upanishads nutshell. They are talking about all these things has been said, right?
Yes.
So in that they have said something to do and not to do. Okay, great.
Yeah. For
Thanks.
example, Tanitvayaupasyani, no itarani. That means the first one says Tanitvayaupasyani. Those have to be done by you. No itarani. Don't do anything else. So both are given in that statement. So which is what Swami is saying. So it's basically whatever do, even if when you do sadhana, prayer or do, what has been laid down, only do that. Don't do anything else. But, we just generally have a tendency, we will add, let's add this and do that also. Let's do this also. Upanishads prohibit that kind of activity. Okay. And Swami has made the same statement in Dharma Vahini. He's saying such activities is adharma, even if you think it's a good activity. I think Swami is talking in terms of Gayatri Japa. He says, people say, today I won't do Gayatri Japa, I will do Vishnu Sahasranama. Swami calls it adharma. So I thought I would just clarify.
Okay. Thank you.
Silence.
Because I confused with that word, there are both positive and negative instructions.
Yes.
Okay, so that, okay, good. Thanks.
Silence.
So the negative instruction Swami, the example Swami is giving is just like, don't do anything else. Like just do the positive instructions, but
no
don't.
itarani means nothing else. Don't do anything else. Just strictly follow the instructions. But people have suggestions, recommendations, and then we start adding this and that. Unless there is a shastric sanction, we should not do, because it can be counterproductive.
Because in our world, because I'm not like well versed in shastras and all of that, but I guess if we're looking at, say, if we wanted to do some satkarma or good action, we have to find some sort of a example in what Swami has done, like in his life, what he's done, what he's like. Say if there's going to be some new conference coming up, or Bal Vikas conference or something like that. So should every single thing within that have some, what do you call it, like a example that Swami has done
It should be
before?
sanctioned. There should be some sanction, divine sanction.
So where's the role? There's no role for innovation and understanding in here. It should just be sticking to.
Innovation without jnana is dangerous.
Right.
Innovation without knowledge is dangerous. Even electricity is a good thing. Unless you know how electricity to be used, if you try something, we can burn ourselves. So the innovation is in Shastra and spiritual practice, there's no innovation. In the Vedic tradition. Is that my understanding? To do and don't do. And no itarani. So because we should understand the spiritual science, the rishis have already done the research and given us. Unless we are better than rishi, we cannot improve what the rishis have already said. So today what people do is you add and subtract without any experience, any proof. It is just a whim or a fancy, which is not proper. So until you master what has already been taught, we should not try to improve which an expert has put. I think that's what it is. I hope that answers. And that's why Swami said jnana is needed even to do karma. Without jnana, you should not engage in karma. So the starting point itself is jnana, which is shastras, this is what Swami has told in many places, and here also Swami is saying the same thing. Saira. Yes, Sanjay, please go ahead.
I just wanted to add to what you said. I think oftentimes it is it's when the clarity of the goal is diminished, new pathways are added, or new diversions from the path are added. So many a times it is without when the goal has already been clearly marked out for us by Swami. And the path has also been laid out for us by Swami. Then going on changing, which is a result of activity of the mind, and adding new things is a sign of not being serious about the goal many times, or the path that has already been charted by Swami and also in the text in the Shastras. Just want to add that.
Thank you, Sanjay. Yes, Sister Aruna.
Brother, there's one sentence, the first one. The karma is really speaking, the practice of dharma is that always, whatever the action we are doing, we have, if we are going closer or understanding the Lord, only we have to do it. That's the way that's the way we have to understand every karma, am I right?
Understand the
Any
Lord.
karma that we are doing.
You said understand the Lord?
Any karma we are doing, we have to go closer to, not understand. We within ourselves, we have to understand. Closer to the God, only we have to do it. And that is the dharma, am I right?
Are we
Here
doing
that
to get? Are we doing to get closer? Or are we going closer and then doing?
closer, it takes us closer. Whatever the karma we are doing, if it's get closer to the Lord, we do it.
Okay.
Otherwise, we drop it. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Thank you.
That's the way we understand. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry. Yes, Sai Satish, please go ahead.
Raman, I was just going to add to what you and Sanjay and I were saying, that usually the worldly ways of doing things is let me try something new. So if I have to get to a place, I will try so many different routes to get to the same place. But in spiritual path, it's about doing the same thing, same time, same intensity, and maintaining the thing again and again in that fashion, so that that discipline brings in muscle memory. And secondly, we know the pitfalls of those kind of things, because that road has been tread upon well by us in a day-to-day sadhana thing, so we know what is coming, rather than trying something new, and so where we don't know the pitfalls, and that can lead us. So finally we can easily take one detour, one left turn, and then we are lost from where the destination is. So that is where, looking at the lives of saints and sages, what they have gone through with the same intensity, pick that sadhana and maintain the same thing day on day. And like what Swami would say, the mark of a good devotee is not devotion as such, but being disciplined. And the best way to be disciplined is just follow the Vedas and what the dictates of what Swami has said, and stick to it verbatim in letter and spirit, so it doesn't give rise to an interpretation and then taking a detour that essentially takes us far away from where we have to go. So just wanted to add that, Sairam.
Thank you very much. Yes, Sister Jyoti.
Sairam, brother, can you just give us a life example in where Swami has probably corrected either students or devotees when they slightly, like Kalyani mentioned, innovation. Like usually it was always you follow Swami's charter or whatever he has given and accordingly exactly follow those, right? But is there any example you can give us to make us understand how exactly, like if people went slightly away from his guidelines and how he corrected? Or because sometimes I've seen like Swami could give certain instruction to a devotee when they go and they say something to him, then he'll give them, and other person starts following that, and then when they go to Swami says, no, I told him, it's not for you. So from that perspective, I'm just trying to understand, has Swami corrected or someone asked for y'all in any aspect of these type of things in live example?
Thank you very much, sister. I think you yourself have already given the example.
You mean about the devotee, what I said?
Yes, because there are many situations like that. Swami, yes, even in some discourses, Swami has said, a
Right.
doctor, when you go to a doctor, everyone will say, I have a stomach ache and go to the doctor.
Right.
Or I have cold and go to the doctor. But the doctor will look at the whole patient and diagnose the
Then
cause
give.
of the problem and then give the medication.
Yeah.
Then that patient should not become a doctor. And another patient should not treat that patient as a doctor. Then what happens? You are using a solution which may not be suitable for you. So
Yeah,
this
but this goes to the individual level, right? Like certain things,
so
if it is.
but in general, unless Swami has given us particularly physical individual instructions, it is better to follow the general instructions Swami has provided in all the discourses publicly or in these writings in the Vahinis, is I would say. Because there may be small exceptions Swami may make for individuals based on their unique circumstances, but that should be treated as an exception rather than the rule.
Okay.
That only he has the ability to do great exceptions, not us. Is what I
Right.
would say.
No, but the innovation aspect which Kalyani was asking, like, sometimes, as you said, rightly said, like sometimes people go beyond, like, everyone tries to be innovative and then you leave the charter or whatever Swami's guidelines and then people will try to. So in those ways, any devotee or any organizational people did something and Swami corrected them, or is there any example which you think of, which you could share or something? Or to the students?
Yes, Kalyan, please go ahead.
Uncle, I'm not sure if I think we had discussed at some point. Did Swami one time say not to have English bhajans? I'm not sure.
Okay. So, for example, sometimes people, it's a good question. Swami, see, again, I think we should understand when Swami gives an instruction, he will say, I will not force you to do this or not. He will say, it has to come from within. I think what Kalyani is asking about the English bhajans. See, for example, Swami has said, do Nama Sankirtan. So, that is more important. But then people say, if you say Krishna, Rama, and all that, they said it is not English, so let's translate it. Things like that have happened. And then Swami has not discouraged it. But Swami has said, stick to the namas because that they are much more, I don't know, powerful, I would say. That's what I would say. Swami has never stopped anyone from singing any songs, any language at all. But Swami says, stick to Nama Sankirtan. Just sings name. But in English, you can't find too many namas. That's the reality. That's why I will leave it at. I don't know if Sanjay or Satish, you have any examples? I'm lost to. If people do on their own and then Swami will come and correct. I think Swami, there are many instances of students doing things like that, and Swami correcting them to correct the understanding, rather than I would say, because sometimes I think yes, Sanjay, please go ahead.
No, I do have examples, but I would
Okay.
refrain from stating because there are always sensitivities associated with several of these examples. But I would say, and if I can, maybe since we have two national officers from Canada on the call, maybe, I think it's a
It's
very,
okay. It's okay. No problem.
no, no, I'll speak generally. I think it's important to address this question because I think this was brought up once in the past also. How do you filter through so many activities and suggestions and stuff, that are normally proposed and organized and created and stuff. In the Shikshavali here, very clearly, it could have just been said, do this. What was the need to say, do not do this? When you say speak the truth, what is the need to say, do not speak untruth? There must have been a very good reason, similarly in Swami's discourses, where Swami has taken the pains to explain about what should be the purpose of the organization, what should be done and what should not be done, how should seva be done, how should seva not be done. And somehow sometimes most of these basic guidances from Swami are sadly not discussed in whether it is Or it's not that it's not discussed, but it is not given the same level of importance as this enthusiasm to do more,
Okay,
do
so I
more
think
and do more. Yeah, I'll
yes,
stop
Sanjay,
there.
maybe I will give, you should give specific, but I will go ahead. I will take, sorry, Sanjay, to cut you off.
No, no, please go
It's
ahead. Yes.
it's 4:31, so I will quickly say. See, that's one area where Swami has again and again repeatedly corrected people, which is related to funds.
Hmm.
How funds are sourced for any activity
Mhm.
and how it should not be sourced. These two Swami has given. One is to do and not to do. He has said never solicit funds for any
Hmm.
activity. And with whoever wants to do some seva, with whatever they have, you just do. That is the instruction to do. Then he has
Right.
said, don't solicit public from anyone, especially people outside your center or organization, which Swami has very clearly said. And whenever people have done, Swami has publicly taken them to task. And there are
Oh,
situations when people were collected money and come, Swami has given it back to them and said, take it back and give it.
Exactly. Yeah.
This
Yeah.
also Swami has. So this one instance I can tell. I don't know, Sister Jyoti, whether it's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. About the funds and all, yeah, but I was just thinking more deeper from the spiritual, innovative, whether it's SSC classes or where it's
So,
more of.
so, so one of the things, sister, as I mentioned in the Dharma Vahini, one area which Swami specifically mentioned
Mhm.
related to Sandhya Vandanam. How important Sandhya Vandanam is. And Swami says Sandhya Vandanam has been properly prescribed by the rishis. And
Right.
everyone should do Trikala Sandhya. Okay.
Hmm.
Then Swami says there are sometimes people think today we will switch that with Vishnu Sahasranama.
Oh, okay.
Okay, Swami
Hmm.
says that is completely wrong and it's adharma.
Oh, this is what you mentioned earlier. Okay. Okay.
Yes, so which
Hmm.
Swami says it is not prescribed by the rishis. So
So we
don't
take the
discard what.
liberty of. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So
Hmm.
even though Vishnu Sahasranama is good, but you
Right.
should not change your Sandhya with that.
With that. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so this is what Swami has clearly said because he said it is not so good for you spiritually. So I
Right.
hope those two examples are good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah. 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 Thank you so much.
Sai Ram, sister. Okay, so
Saira.
we will close the session now. It's 3 minutes past. Sai Ram, and we will meet every next week and continue our discussion and study. Sai Ram. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.